It's Week 7 of the National Football League.
And the spotlight is on Justin Herbert.
He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Chargers and the Cards on Monday night.
We find ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Cardinal team as they get ready here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Chargers, they're off to a terrific start, unbeaten at 5-0 through the first month and change.
And you can hang a lot of this early success.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Cardinals offense heading out, and they do so behind Kyler Murray, their dynamic quarterback in his 6th season now from Oklahoma.
You enjoyed watching that game tape, didn't you?
Yeah,
Last week's game.
It was good. 4 touchdowns, 1 pick.
Now, you were a little upset about the pick. I didn't know if you would play him this week or not if you were the head coach.
Hey, they got the win.
You got the win, so you're going to give him another chance?
I'm going to give him another shot.
All right. I think the ratio's pretty good. He'll try and eliminate the interception, but he wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's 2nd down. To throw, it's Murray. There's a short one caught by Ryman. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And 3rd and 8 now. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. Pass complete there to Harrison. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. 5 yards, and that means they come up short as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And this returnable for Rager. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return, and it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Chargers coming out to take over, and it is Justin Herbert at quarterback CD, now in his 5th NFL campaign.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, Accentuate the Positive, because that's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air, receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're running back.
His first throw of the game, going to be intercepted. Picked up by Garrett Williams. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The Cardinals offense led by their running back headed out for the 2nd possession. And he's run the ball well to this point in the season, right there in the mix for NFL leaders in rushing. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Murray a give. This is Connor. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The numbers there for Connor in last week's game. 19 carries, 96 yards.
And he's hoping to have the same type of game, but he's going up against the #1 defense in the league, and they're very good at fitting the run. So now you've got to think offensive strategy, maybe a little more play action, and try and find some people open downfield.
Finds his running back, James Conner. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Murray going to fire this out to Harrison. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3. at the Chargers' 14-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. Throwing quickly to Wilson. And the Cardinals are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Here we go now on first and goal.
First and goal at the 3-yard line.
Connor will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
With his size, it often takes more than one guy to get him down, but if you can at least slow him up and the reinforcements arrive, you have a chance to get him on the ground, and that they did that time for a loss.
And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Kyler Murray, touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Cardinals use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. So a quarterback scramble, certainly a pass play, but he saw something, tucked it, and got in the end zone.
A lot of quarterbacks, when they scramble, they're scrambling to create more time to throw the ball downfield. In this situation, as you noted, he tucked it and took off. Great play by him.
Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. A drive that time of 6 plays. And the play that polished it off was the touchdown run by Kyler Murray. 7-0 is our score. Ready for the dynamic kickoff as this one's away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Now it's Herbert. Right side, he has Johnston. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, here's Edwards. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Chargers first down.
They'll go back to Edwards on first down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Kaiser White. You know he can fly to the ball, and he showed it there. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Out of the gun, Herbert. That's complete. It's the rookie from USC. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. 3rd down and 1. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. Here's Herbert. That'll be caught by Rice. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here.
At the Cardinals' 33-yard line.
Play action. It's Herbert. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
For a team who came in here on a healthy winning streak, we're seeing some uncharacteristically bad play thus far. And that streak is definitely in jeopardy if this offense keeps giving the ball away and can't mount a few drives of their own.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, a give to Connor. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, this defense for the Chargers, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And while you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you feel like you can. And when you look at this team, you definitely think that it is, because anytime you can tell your offense, just get a...
And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown.
Zay Jones,
29 yards.
and the Cardinals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Those are the touchdowns that aren't just scored on Sundays or on Monday night. Those are the ones that are scored during the week because they had that preparation in a great route run.
Oh, I love that observation, because you don't just roll out on game day and say, okay, go run this route and let's get it done. That means exactly what you said. The practice had to occur beforehand, which led to the timing, which led to the touchdown.
Extra point by Ryland, up and good.
And that'll make the score 14-0. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
And the Chargers coming out of the field now. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 5 catches, 57 yards.
And they think they have a matchup advantage in this one. They're going to try and find some space for him to work and make sure he touches the football.
That one caught by Rice.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins.
Fights loose. And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2.
From the 48-yard line, here's a 2nd and 4.
Here's Herbert. Short throw to Disley. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
The Chargers at a perfect 5-0 here to begin the campaign. And they've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
They go back to the ground with Dobbins.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
That'll give him 8 that time, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 15-yard line. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
What a drive. This has been just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
A give up the middle to Dobbins.
They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
In motion, the tight end. Herbert now.
And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Herbert. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Chargers are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a first and goal.
And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. The line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for second and goal. Now they'll bring one of their tight ends in motion right. Back to throw here, Herbert. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. So a big sack for a loss of 4. It brings up fourth and goal. And his kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3.
Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on fourth and goal anyway, but the sack on third down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that. And this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So here are the Cardinals to take over. They've got the lead right now in this ball game, and they're on the heels of that nice win last week over the Packers. Murray and the Cardinals with a first and 10 at their own 27. He'll start the drive with a give to Connor. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Here's Murray. And this will be swung out here for Connor. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So here's a first and 10 at the 38. Connor up the middle. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. Second down.
No gain on the play. Second and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Here's Murray.
That is incomplete.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 37. Excellent play there on third down. Give him 25 yards.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Throwing now is Murray. There's a short one caught by Ryman.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
Complete to Tim Ryman. 10 yards on the pickup. It's second and inches.
Now a handoff coming left, Connor. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's third and a yard. They'll try to run for it with Connor.
And just nowhere to go for Connor. Defense gets to him, and they mark him short.
That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half.
Well, they'll say no to the 46-yard field goal try. They're going to go for it. They're going for it. Hits Murray. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. To throw is Murray. Throwing for the out route, he finds Wilson. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 14 yards that time for number 14. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Screen pass to Connor. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. Murray now. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Murray now, 3rd and goal. Under pressure, they got him again. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. Here's Chad Ryland now on for the field goal.
From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Chargers going to take over here one more time before the half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
Here's 3rd and 3.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where you see the final score there. Kenneth Walker, over 100 yards in the victory with 2 touchdown runs as well. From there, we're off to check out another game. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Raiders. Kyron Williams, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou to check on the Saints at home at the Caesars Superdome. And they were losers in that one as they fall to the visiting Denver Broncos. Bo Nix leading the way with a couple of touchdown passes in the victory. In the first half, the Cardinals did what they always do, and that's rely on their quarterback, Kyler Murray. He had a touchdown both in the air and on the ground to help push his guys into the lead at the break. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break. But I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Chargers offense and Justin Herbert getting set for this next drive. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset throughout the contest. And this offense is having a hard time overcoming his struggles to this point. The Charger drive about to get going. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 2. Dobbins running out of the gun. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
On the jet sweep, it's McConkey. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. 2nd down and 6 now. They'll send the tight end in motion. A shotgun snap for Herbert. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 42. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. Now it's Herbert. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 22-yard line. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a good gain of 11, sets them up 1st and goal.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Looking to throw. Herbert. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it's 2nd and goal.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Dobbins trying the left side. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, Herbert. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun. Herbert toward the pylon, caught. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Ladd McConkey, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers are back within a score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And that slices the lead down to 17-10. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half.
But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
It'll be a gain of 5, and now it's 3rd and 3.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10.
They'll start on the ground with Dobbins.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
This is 2nd and 8.
Back to throw.
Herbert.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he will slide down with a good gain. That scramble good for 13 yards, but not good enough for a first down. It's 4th.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. He certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10.
The football going back over to Arizona now.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
A slant to Jones.
He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
Now Murray. Finding his target, it's Trey McBride.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down.
To throw, it's Murray.
Goes right back to McBride.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's Cardinal football. They're also out in front of the scoreboard as we get set for the 4th.
Murray now to throw.
Dancing to his left. Shoves him away. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a first.
It's getting cold in here, partner, because it looks like he's trying to ice this one away. Yeah, I know, bad dad joke, but what the heck, right? Scrambling for that first after the D blanketed his receivers, that's a backbreaker for the defense. They finished this drive off with 6, and this one could be over.
He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Michael Wilson, 27 yards. And the Cardinals are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth-quarter lead. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Well, the Chargers offense back out and ready to go. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And that went to the right side and incomplete. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Nice call on defense, rolling out the nickel package for that big 3rd down play, and he did an excellent job locking down coverage and forcing him to try and run for it, and he doesn't get there, which brings up a big 4th down call.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. Good coverage there, an even 50-yard punt. Leads to a return of 5. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Cardinals offense and Kyler Murray headed back out onto the field. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Murray going to throw. A short one here, caught by McBride. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Now a 2nd and 10.
At the 32-yard line.
Looking to throw. Murray. Pass complete there to Harrison. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down.
That's good for a Cardinals first down.
Back to throw. Murray. He's got McBride here over the middle. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd down and 2. A give running right is counter. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
That's another Cardinals first down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It was Joey Bosa working his way in to bust that one up. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Murray. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. Operating from the gun, Murray. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need.
Picked up by Deion Henley. And the Chargers are right back in this football game.
That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession.
The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10.
At their own 37. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Finds Johnston.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Here's 2nd and 7.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Short throw to Disley. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
Right side, he has Johnston. And he is going to have the Chargers first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Eluding the pressure right. And he's in for a Charger touchdown.
Justin Herbert.
His 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year.
And the Chargers have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. We may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that? Big-time drive right there. If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there, and they went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long.
They begin on the ground here with Connor. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
At the 31-yard line.
Connor going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead.
He'll get that one complete to Connor. Finding space at the 40.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Off the option, here's Murray running left. And this is going to be a Cardinals first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
Now a timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Murray a give. This is Connor.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Murray tucks and runs.
And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Back to throw. Murray. That's complete to McBride. And the Cardinals are going to have a first down. And that's a big one, as they should be able to run it out from here.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And they'll take a knee as the clock runs under a minute to play.
To a knee goes Murray, and that should just about do it.
And that kneeled down a little extra sweet. You get the win, and you knock out somebody's perfect season.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because it's not a championship game yet, but the team that's undefeated feels like a champion. So you've won a little bit extra in this one. Yeah, they've got to feel great about taking a knee here.
So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals.
So they came in here facing a very tall task, going against the NFL's #1 ranked defense, but they got the job done. Charles, really an outstanding performance.
They certainly showed that they weren't going to be intimidated, didn't they? They took out the best defense in the NFL today, took it right to them, and that's against a group of guys that is used to shutting people down. To me, this is going to be a signature moment for this team season.
So for Arizona, they fall a game under 500 now at 3 up and 4 down. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, they taste defeat for the first time this season as they drop to 5-1. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week